The sale of electric cars, also known as EVs, is not picking up speed in the country. You can gauge this by the fact that the sales of electric cars fell to a 5-month low in February 2024, whereas there was a growth of more than 90% in 2023, which was more than 10 times the 8% growth in passenger vehicle sales. Looking at these figures, it seems that India will take a long time to switch to electric mobility. So, why is the sale of electric cars slowing down? What steps are the government and companies taking to boost sales? How should the investment strategy in this sector be prepared? Let's understand in this video. The government's vehicle portal data shows that a total of 7,277 electric cars were sold in the country in February 2024, which is the lowest since October 2023. Despite this, the top 3 electric car companies in the country, Tata Motors, M&M and MG, have reduced their prices. Tata Motors has reduced the prices of Tiago and Nexon EV by 70,000 to 1,20,000 rupees. MG has reduced the price of Comet by 1 lakh rupees to 7 lakh rupees, and M&M has launched 2 new variants with more features, that too after reducing the prices. Despite the reduction in prices, sales have decreased because the price reduction is insufficient to shift customers towards EVs. Not only this, there is a possibility of further decline in EV sales from April because there are just a few days left for the subsidies provided under the FAME 2 scheme by the government to end. These subsidies are especially applicable to commercially used vehicles, which constitute a large part of total EV sales. According to a report considering the declining sales, Tata Motors has decided to reduce production in April and May. This month, the company plans to produce 2,200 to 2,500 EVs, which is almost half of the peak production of 4,500 units 4 to 5 months ago. Now let's see what the government is doing in this matter. The subsidies provided under the FAME 2 scheme are ending on March 31, 2024. But to promote the sales of electric 2 and 3-wheelers, the government has announced a new scheme. This scheme, which will run from April to July 2024, will cost 500 crore rupees. In addition, the government has also launched a scheme to promote domestic EV manufacturing with the aim of attracting foreign investment and encouraging Tesla's plan to enter India for local production. The government has a plan to reduce import taxes on selected EVs for companies that commit to investing more than $500 million or 4,150 crore rupees and set up manufacturing facilities within 3 years. Companies that meet these conditions will be subject to only 15% custom duty in the first 5 years for vehicles with a minimum price of $35,000. However, companies like Tata Motors and M&M have expressed concerns about these conditions. Domestic companies are already worried about declining sales. Perhaps that's why Tata Motors, which holds more than 70% market share in the EV segment, has decided to reduce EV prices for the first time. However, the company has cited a reduction in costs as the reason behind this cut, as the prices of battery cells have decreased, which is expected to further reduce in the near future. In addition to the high base of 2023, another reason for the decline in EV sales in 2024 is hybrid vehicles. The popularity of these vehicles is increasing due to their dependability, affordable prices, and low maintenance costs. On the other hand, EVs are facing challenges like limited range, inadequate charging infrastructure, and high insurance costs. In fact, people are focusing more on a mix of petrol, diesel, and electric cars before buying a fully electric vehicle so that they can get acquainted with alternative fuels. Perhaps that's why auto companies launched only 29 EV models compared to 51 new hybrid models in 2023. Back in 2023, which is last year, hybrid vehicles accounted for about 12% of total PV sales, while EVs had only a 2.3% share. Now, currently, Toyota dominates the hybrid vehicle market with a 78% market share, Maruti has 20%, and Honda has 2%. The big question is how to strategize investments in this segment. Well, according to stock market expert Ambarish Baliga, price and charging infrastructure are still major challenges for EVs, while the sales of hybrid vehicles are expected to continue. Maruti's strategy is clear that it will enter the EV segment after FY25, by when the charging infrastructure is expected to improve. However, they have a deal with Toyota for hybrid vehicles. From a 12 to 15 month perspective, investments can be made in Maruti with a target of 14,800 rupees and in Samvardhana Motherson with a target of 180 rupees. Overall, it will take about 3 to 4 years for the EV market in the country to fully mature. When a reduction in prices, service charges, insurance costs and a decrease in charging time as well as cost is expected, in such a scenario, there is a need to focus more on auto companies that focus on hybrid vehicles and supply components to them.